Imagine walking through a storm so fierce it uproots trees and floods cities. Yet you remain completely dry, completely calm, completely in control. That level of unshakable peace isn't a fantasy. It's a skill, and it was perfected over 2,000 years ago. In the relentless noise of modern life, it's easy to feel like we're being swept away by a current of stress, anxiety, and demands. Work piles up, relationships fray, and unexpected crises appear without warning. But what if there was a way to stand firm, no matter how violent the waters become? What if you could build an inner fortress that nothing, not criticism, not loss, not chaos, could penetrate? This isn't just wishful thinking. It's the core promise of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that functions as a practical operating system for the human mind. Today, we're going to unpack 10 powerful principles from this timeless tradition. These aren't abstract ideas for scholars to debate in dusty libraries. They are field-tested tools, a mental toolkit you can use starting right now to build unshakable resilience and find deep, authentic peace. Whether you're battling a difficult boss, feeling crushed by responsibility, or simply searching for more meaning, Stoic wisdom provides a clear path forward. Stay with me through to the end, because by the time we're done, you'll understand how to make your inner world so strong that external events simply can't touch you. If that sounds like the kind of strength you want to build, hit that subscribe button and become part of the Stoic Mindset Mastery community. Our first principle is the foundation for everything else. Cultivate an unwavering purpose. Think of your life as a ship. Without a destination, you're just drifting at the mercy of every current and gust of wind. You go where the world pushes you, but with a clear, firm purpose, you have a rudder. You have a destination. You can navigate through the storms instead of being capsized by them. The great Stoic teacher Epictetus understood this deeply. He knew that a person without a fixed purpose is easily swayed, easily broken. But the person with a clear aim, they can endure incredible difficulty because every challenge becomes just another step on their chosen path. So how do you find this purpose? It's not handed to you. It's forged through honest, sometimes difficult introspection. It means asking yourself the hard questions. What do I truly value? Not what society tells me to value, but what resonates in my soul. What kind of person do I want to be when no one is watching? What principles am I willing to stand for, even if it costs me? This isn't about setting career goals or checking off achievements. It's deeper. It's about defining your character. It's about identifying the virtues you want to embody: courage, justice, wisdom, self-control, and making them your compass. Once you've identified this purpose, it becomes your anchor. When life throws its inevitable punches, you won't be knocked off course because you're held steady by something heavier than the blow. The challenge doesn't disappear, but your relationship to it changes. It becomes manageable. It becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Think of your purpose as a lighthouse beam cutting through the fog. It doesn't stop the fog from existing, but it gives you a clear line to follow, a source of light and security in the murk. This is the power of a life lived with intention. It's not just about surviving the storms, it's about using them to sail more boldly toward your true north. So take the time, reflect, write it down. Let this purpose become the bedrock of your existence, the unshakable foundation upon which you build everything else. Our second principle is a direct consequence of the first. Guard your mind like a fortress. Have you ever noticed how a single rude comment can ruin your entire afternoon? How a piece of bad news can hijack your thoughts for hours? That's what happens when we leave the gates of our mind wide open. Stoicism teaches us that our emotions don't come from events themselves, but from our interpretations of those events. Someone insults you. The insult is just words, just sound waves. The pain you feel, that's created by your mind, by the story you tell yourself about those words. And if your mind creates the pain, then your mind has the power to stop it. This is the art of mental fortitude. It's the realization that you are not a puppet whose strings are pulled by the outside world. You have the power of choice. Every single moment you get to choose how you will respond. This isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending you're not hurt. It's about acknowledging the feeling, understanding its source, and then consciously deciding on a response that aligns with your values, rather than reacting on autopilot. Think of it like building a mental muscle. Every time you pause before reacting, every time you choose a thoughtful response over an impulsive outburst, you're doing a rep. You're getting stronger. You're reinforcing the walls of your inner fortress. Start small. Set a daily intention to just observe your thoughts without judgment. When you feel a surge of anger or anxiety, don't immediately act. Just notice it. There is anger. This simple act of observation creates a tiny gap, a sliver of space between the stimulus and your response. And in that space lies your freedom. Over time, this practice becomes a habit. You become less reactive, more responsive. You learn to filter the input you allow into your mind, just as you would carefully choose what food you put into your body. Don't let the mental junk food of gossip, negativity, and toxic media clutter your inner world. Protect your attention. Feed your mind with things that are true, good, and beautiful. This is how you build a fortress that no external insult, no harsh criticism, and no chaotic event can ever truly breach. You become the master of your own inner kingdom. This brings us to a crucial skill in guarding that fortress. Our third principle: handle criticism like a Stoic. Let's be real. Criticism stings. It can feel like a personal attack, a judgment on our very being. But Epictetus offers a powerful reframe. We cannot control what others say or think about us, but we have absolute power over how we receive it. This shifts the entire dynamic. The criticism is incoming fire, but you are the one who decides whether to let it through the gate. The first step is knowing yourself. If you have a deep, clear understanding of your own motivations and values, then someone's negative opinion becomes just that, an opinion. It doesn't define you. If you know you acted with integrity, if you know you are striving to live according to your principles, then the sting of the critique is greatly diminished. Your self-worth is anchored internally, not floating out there for others to judge. So, when criticism comes, don't fire back immediately. Pause. Take a breath. Then ask yourself a crucial question. Is there any truth in this? Sometimes even the most harshly delivered feedback contains a valuable grain of truth, a blind spot we couldn't see ourselves. If it's there, accept it with humility and use it to grow. That's strength. That's wisdom. If, on the other hand, the criticism is baseless, merely a projection of the other person's own issues, then you can simply let it go. It's like water off a duck's back. It has nothing to do with you. This requires a thick skin, but not a hard heart. It means developing resilience without becoming indifferent. It's about depersonalizing the attack. You recognize that the other person's words are often a reflection of their own inner state, their own struggles and frustrations. This understanding allows you to respond with patience, perhaps even compassion rather than defensive anger. If the criticism comes from someone you care about, engage in a calm dialogue. Seek to understand their perspective. This not only resolves conflict, but can deepen your connection. By handling criticism with grace, you don't just protect your own peace, you become an example for others. You show them what emotional maturity looks like. You embody the strength that comes from a mind that is truly free. This naturally leads to our fourth principle: transform offense into power. This is a direct application of the idea that we control our interpretations. Someone offends you. They say or do something that crosses a line. The immediate reaction is hurt. anger, a desire to strike back. But the Stoic asks, why am I giving this person so much power over me? The offense only has the weight you give it. This doesn't mean you deny the feeling, acknowledge it. It's natural to feel hurt. But then create that vital space between stimulus and response. In that space, you have a choice. You can choose to escalate, to retaliate, to let the poison of resentment spread through your mind. Or you can choose a different path. You can choose to reframe the situation. You can ask, what can I learn from this? Perhaps it's a lesson in setting stronger boundaries. Perhaps it's a reminder that this person is struggling with their own issues, and their action is a cry for help or a symptom of their own pain. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it allows you to understand it, and understanding diffuses the raw power of the offense. Another powerful tool in transforming offense is empathy. Try to step into the other person's shoes for a moment. What might be going on in their life that caused them to lash out? What fears or insecurities might be driving them? This isn't about making excuses for them, but about seeing the full human context. And from that place of understanding, you can often find a path to forgiveness. And remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Holding on to a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only hurts you. It keeps you tethered to the offense, replaying it over and over. By choosing to forgive, you cut that tether. You free yourself. You transform the offense from a weapon used against you into an opportunity to strengthen your own character, to deepen your capacity for compassion and resilience. Every offense you successfully navigate becomes another layer of armor on your soul. This ability to reshape our internal experience leads us to our fifth principle: conquer fear and shame by understanding their source. Epictetus pointed out that it's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Fear and shame are two of the most powerful and paralyzing emotions we face, and they are almost entirely products of our own mind. Fear is usually anticipation. We're afraid of a future that hasn't happened yet. We imagine worst-case scenarios, and our mind reacts to those imagined scenarios as if they were real. Shame is often the result of us measuring ourselves against an external standard and finding ourselves lacking. We feel exposed, judged, unworthy. The Stoic solution is to face these emotions directly. Don't run from them. Turn and look them in the eye. If you're afraid of public speaking, break it down. What exactly are you afraid of? Forgetting your words, people judging you, making a mistake. When you bring the fear out of the shadows and examine it in the light of reason, it often shrinks. You realize that even if the worst happens, it's not the end of the world. People will forget. You'll recover. You'll learn. By preparing thoroughly and then repeatedly exposing yourself to the fear in small doses, you desensitize yourself. You build evidence that you can handle it. The fear loses its grip. Shame requires a different but related approach. It demands self-compassion. If you're feeling ashamed of a past mistake, you must first acknowledge it. Don't pretend it didn't happen, but then separate the action from your identity. You made a mistake. You are not a mistake. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better? This process turns the shame from a source of self-loathing into a source of wisdom. Then comes the hardest, most essential step: self-forgiveness. You must consciously decide to release the burden. Holding on to shame serves no one. It only keeps you stuck. Forgive yourself, learn the lesson, and move forward. This is how you strip fear and shame of their power. You face them, you understand them, and you choose to grow because of them, not in spite of them. Our sixth principle is the strategic secret of the Stoics: premeditate on adversity. This sounds a bit grim at first, but it's actually a powerful tool for building resilience. The idea, known as premeditatio malorum, is to regularly visualize the challenges and obstacles you might face, not to dwell on them with anxiety, but to mentally rehearse your response. Think of it as a fire drill for the soul. You don't expect a fire every day, but you practice the drill so that if a fire ever breaks out, you don't panic. You know what to do. Your response is automatic. Similarly, by imagining potential difficulties, losing a job, a relationship ending, facing harsh criticism, you remove the element of surprise. You've already been there in your mind. You've already thought about how you would handle it with courage and wisdom. So when or if it actually happens, you're not thrown into a tailspin. You're prepared, you're calm, you're effective. This practice also builds flexibility. Life rarely goes according to plan. By anticipating that things might not go as expected, you become less attached to a single outcome. You develop a plan B and a plan C. You become adaptable, able to roll with the punches. It's a balanced approach. You're aware of potential challenges, but you're also keenly aware of your own strengths and resources to meet them. You know you have the skills, the support network, and the inner fortitude to cope. This isn't pessimism, it's practical wisdom. It's trading the anxiety of uncertainty for the confidence of preparedness. By regularly reflecting on past challenges, how you overcame them, what you learned, you build a library of experience that informs your future responses. You become a person who is not surprised by difficulty, but expects it and is ready for it. And in that readiness, you find unshakable calm. This brings us to the core of Stoic strength. Our seventh principle, cultivate inner strength through conscious choice. Epictetus's most famous saying, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," is the ultimate statement of personal power. It places the locus of control exactly where it belongs, inside you. Your inner strength isn't determined by how smooth your life is. It's determined by how you navigate the rough patches. It's forged in the moments when you choose to respond with patience when you want to lash out, with courage when you want to run, with kindness when you want to be cruel. This strength is built through self-awareness. It starts with recognizing your emotional triggers. What are the situations, the words, the people that consistently push your buttons? Once you know them, you can prepare for them. You can choose how you will respond the next time they appear. A key part of this is the Stoic practice of distinguishing between what is and isn't in your control. Your reputation is not in your control. The traffic is not in your control. The stock market is not in your control. Your opinions, your values, your actions, your responses, these are in your control. When you stop wasting energy on the first category and pour all your energy into the second, you become incredibly powerful. Your stress plummets, your clarity skyrockets. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, you're an active agent in your own life. Forgiveness is another pillar of this inner strength. As we discussed, holding on to resentment is a tremendous drain on your mental and emotional energy. Choosing to forgive is an act of strength. It's you saying, "I will not let this past event continue to control my present." It frees you. Resilience is the final piece of this puzzle. It's the understanding that setbacks are not failures. They are feedback. They are opportunities to learn, to adapt, to come back stronger. Every time you get knocked down and get back up, you are proving to yourself just how strong you really are. You are building a track record of resilience that becomes the foundation of unshakable self-confidence. Our eighth principle is about translating that inner strength into action. Restrain impulsive actions. It's one thing to feel calm inside. It's another to ensure your actions reflect that calm. The world is full of triggers designed to provoke an immediate reaction. A rude comment online, a driver cutting you off, an unexpected bill. The impulsive reaction is anger, a sharp reply, panic, but the Stoic response is restraint. This is the practice of pausing. Before you speak, before you act, before you send that angry email, just pause. Take a breath. Count to 5. In that brief pause, you give your rational mind a chance to catch up with your emotional brain. You give yourself the opportunity to choose a response that aligns with who you want to be, rather than just reacting from a place of raw emotion. Think about the driver who cuts you off. Your impulse is to honk, to yell, to feel your blood pressure spike. But what good does that do? Does it make the traffic move? Does it improve your day? No. The wiser choice is to take a breath, let it go, and maintain your peace. You haven't condoned their bad driving. You've simply protected your own mental state. This principle also applies to bigger decisions, like delaying gratification. We live in a world of instant everything. We want results now, pleasure now, rewards now. But Stoicism teaches the value of patience, of working towards long-term goals, of enduring short-term discomfort for long-term gain. This is the discipline that builds character. It's choosing to study instead of scrolling social media. It's choosing to save money instead of making an impulse purchase. It's choosing to work on your project instead of watching TV. Practicing restraint in your speech is equally powerful. In a heated moment, words can become weapons. By pausing and choosing your words with intention, you can de-escalate conflict, build bridges, and maintain respect. You're not becoming passive. You're becoming deliberate. You're ensuring that your actions are a true reflection of your reasoned will, not just the puppet of your impulses. This requires constant self-awareness, a daily practice of checking in with yourself. But over time, it becomes second nature. You become known as a person of thoughtfulness and integrity, someone whose actions you can always trust. This leads us to our 9th principle, which is a powerful paradox. Accept reality to change it. This sounds counterintuitive, right? How does accepting a bad situation help you change it? But think about it. When you resist reality, when you scream, "This shouldn't be happening," you are fighting a battle you cannot win. You are wasting all your energy on denying what already is. That energy is energy you could be using to actually improve the situation. Acceptance is not resignation. It's not giving up. It's the clear-eyed acknowledgement of the facts on the ground. It's looking at the situation and saying, "Okay, this is what is happening. Now, what can I do about it?" If you lose your job, you can spend your energy in a state of panic and denial. Or you can accept the reality of the situation, acknowledge the fear and uncertainty, and then focus your energy on what you can do. Update your resume, network, explore new options. Acceptance clears the fog of emotional resistance so you can see your path forward with clarity. This practice is rooted in mindfulness. It's about staying present with what is, without judgment. It's observing your thoughts and emotions about a difficult situation without getting completely entangled in them. I am feeling anxious about this financial problem. That's an observation. From that place of observation, you can then take wise action. You can't solve a problem effectively if you're in the middle of a panic attack. Acceptance calms the panic so the problem solver can go to work. It also involves letting go of perfectionism. So many of our struggles come from reality not matching our mental picture of how things should be. Accepting that life is messy, that people are flawed, that things will go wrong. This isn't pessimistic, it's liberating. It allows you to appreciate the good that is there, even amidst the chaos. Gratitude is a powerful ally here. When you focus on what you have, not on what you lack or what's going wrong, you shift your perspective. You find strength in the present moment, even as you work to shape a better future. Acceptance of where you are is the first essential step to getting to where you want to be. Our 10th and final principle ties everything together. Live in accordance with nature. This is the ultimate goal of the Stoic path. For the Stoics, nature doesn't just mean trees and rivers. It means your true nature as a human being. We are rational beings, and we are social beings. To live in accordance with nature means to live authentically, using our reason to guide our actions, and to live in harmony with others, contributing to the greater good. Living this way starts with deep self-knowledge. It requires you to understand your own unique nature, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your purpose. It means making choices that align with that true self, not choices that simply conform to external expectations. It's about building a life that feels authentic and meaningful to you. This also means accepting the natural cycles of life. There are seasons of growth and seasons of rest, times of joy and times of sorrow. By accepting this rhythm, you move with life, not against it. You find peace in the flow, not in the futile attempt to control the river. It means cultivating the 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, to see clearly and make good judgments; courage, to face difficulties and act on your principles; justice, to treat others fairly and with respect; and temperance, to practice self-control and moderation in all things. These virtues are not abstract ideals. They are the practical expression of a life lived well. They are the habits of a good person. Living in accordance with nature also means recognizing our deep connection to others. We are not isolated individuals. We are part of a vast human community. Practicing empathy, compassion, and cooperation isn't just nice, it's fulfilling our essential nature. It means simplifying your life, focusing on what truly matters, and letting go of the excess. It means appreciating the simple gifts of existence: a beautiful sunset, a kind word, a moment of peace, with profound gratitude. And finally, it means being mindful of our connection to the wider natural world, caring for the planet that sustains us. This is the full, rich, meaningful life that Stoicism points toward. A life of purpose, resilience, connection, and deep, unshakable peace. As we come to the end of our journey through these 10 principles, remember this fundamental truth: the world will always throw storms your way. That is guaranteed. But your inner peace is not at the mercy of those storms. It is anchored in the choices you make, the thoughts you cultivate, and the principles you live by. You have the power to build a mind so strong, so resilient, that nothing external can truly shake it. This is the promise of Stoicism. This is the path to freedom. Thank you for walking this path with me today at Stoic Mindset Mastery. If you found these principles helpful, please take a moment to hit that like button. It helps more people discover this ancient wisdom. And if you're committed to building your own inner fortress, make sure to subscribe and join our community. Now, go and live these principles. Stay grounded, stay strong, and continue your journey toward true wisdom and unshakable well-being.